Well, from jazz to folk music to Christmas classics, the Denmark Arts Center is gearing up for an exciting season.
The award-winning cultural organization offers year-round events and workshops in contemporary dance, theater, music, and visual art for the community. Here to tell us more is Executive Director Susan Beane. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, Katie. Hello, Jeff.
So maybe if we could first start off by talking about a little history of the Arts Center. How long have you been around in your mission?
The Arts Center was created, and it's lovely because it's a community, right? And it was started by a few families with kids all the same age, hanging out in the kindergarten together, and the town didn't have anything that would bring people together. So there was a building that was an Odd Fellows Association, built in 1883. So it was old, and it was somewhat, I think it had not been occupied for a while. So the town wanted to use it as a burn building, not uncommon. But it had some history to it. It has good bones. So the families got together and created the Denmark Arts Center, nonprofit. And it's truly, if you go back to the Odd Fellows, the fraternal order, to understand it's a community organization that supports community, it seems like we're doing the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about some of the upcoming shows and performances, starting with the High Street Jazz Band. I love jazz. High Street Jazz Band coming up.
High Street Jazz Band is a group of local musicians, and in talking with someone earlier, it's pretty fortunate for us because people are retiring or musicians are looking for a more quiet place to call their second home, and then you get to meet them at the coffee shop and you're like, hey, come on down, this will be fun. And everyone, as a musician or an author or a songwriter, you always want to be doing your work, and so they come over and perform with us, and we've been fortunate that way. And that group is not an exception.
That's happening tomorrow night, is that correct?
They actually had a little reschedule, so we're going to finagle them and try to squeeze them in the end of the season or pop them in our spring selection.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How about Luke Concannon? What can we expect from that performance?
Ooh, he is a #1 UK chart artist, and his what would you say? Ed Sheeran calls him one of his 3 top heroes.
Really?
What?
Oh.
Right, because he was Luke's, what would you call it? He moved his equipment around.
Oh my gosh.
Word search problem.
I don't even know, like an intern of sorts or something.
Well, no, he's just lackey, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but they were musicians, and they've kept in contact, and now they're teaching music online. So they're doing online classes, and they keep in touch. But Luke is magical, passionate, an activist at heart, and he was well known for JCB song, which is a sweet song about an old excavator. Ooh. And he gave it life. And they did, in his band Nez Police, when he became #1 on the UK chart, they did a video about it, and it's the cutest kids program. So he's coming to us for 3 days in the MSAD 72 school, teaching elementary students how to write music as a songwriter. Then we perform, and then he comes to the Arts Center that night. So it's going to be a blast. We'll be exhausted.
Yes.
Yeah, and not just live music, but also theater. You have a Christmas Carol coming up on November 30th.
Oh my gosh, right. So as I was speaking earlier, where people retire locally and we gain the benefits, Ed Reese I think he is, Sugar Plums, I'm going to forget, Cincinnati Art Hall of Fame. He performed on Broadway, moved off Broadway as he got more popular. He would do much around national theaters, and then retired in Bridgeton. And he did an adaptation, a one-man show. So he's Tiny Tim, he's the ghost, he goes to Mrs. Cratchit, and he does them as a consummate actor that you're right there with him. You're like, Mrs. Cratchit, hair looks good. You know, it's amazing.
And he's even Scrooge too?
Huh? He does Scrooge, he does them all.
Wow.
So it's an hour and a half, mind you, an hour and a half performance, all by one person.
And he's got to play 3 ghosts then.
Yeah. Oh my God. And it's the way he scripted it, because he's also a great writer, script writer. And he adapted it to be within a time frame that a person wouldn't be exhausted on stage. But the way he brings it to life,
yeah.
the theater's darkened, everything goes dark, And he comes out as one person and he carries it the whole way. And you're there like, oh, Tiny Tim, did he die? Right? As if you're reliving it as for a first time story. It's great.
You have to have a lot of skills and talents to be able to play all those different roles in the 1 hour and a half.
I know.
And energy too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And a voice that can go deep and a voice that can go high.
Yes, exactly. Oh my goodness. Where can people learn more and maybe buy tickets? How does it work?
Online, thank goodness. Social media is everywhere. So it's denmarkarts.org. And since we're a small place, you get me. And
Awesome.
then we have a ticketing service and pretty much ask questions, and we make accommodations. We're ADA set up so that we have everyone that can come in that wants to. So it's a pleasure and it's easy to do. You just go online.
Sounds really special.
So you can welcome
think so,
people to
too.
Denmark. Come on over to Denmark if you've never
Yes.
been there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, please. That would be great.
I already
as
feel very
you.
welcome. Yeah, because of you.
Thank you, Katie.
You don't want people driving through, you want people stopping.
Right.
Right.
And you know, we just had a facelift, I should say. I was going to say a paint job and a new sign. So now you can't drive by without hanging to your left.
There you go. A lot of exciting things happening. Congratulations. And
Thanks.
should be a great month ahead of you.
Yes.
Awesome.
Great